Hello my friends, I'm Duchess and welcome to my YouTube channel. This week I decided to make a video on how I draw and color eyes in my style. Let's get started. Blank canvas, I'm going to label some of my layers. I don't always do this first, but it's nice because then I don't have to add as many layers throughout the drawing process. It's like getting your chores done before you do other things. I always have an outline, sketch, ink, and a coloring layer, so those are the ones that I made. The outline is the first layer I draw on, and it's basically an outline. It shows the placement of my drawing. So here's an oval shape for the eye and a messy brow shape for the brow. This takes like 10 seconds. Then I go to the sketch layer and sketch out the eye shape. The sketch is like the final draft before publishing it. It's messy but clean enough that you can tell what it is, and it'll be easy to ink later. Inking is next. Draw a curve for the upper lid, draw the bottom of the eye, the eyeliner. Eyeliner is something that I always draw because that's just what I like. It's not actually eyeliner, but that's my art style. So every person that I draw will have eyeliner, even though it's not actually eyeliner. Anyway, then I draw the double eyelid and add this faint line at the bottom of the eye. This is also a stylized choice of mine, so it's not necessary. I always draw the brow after I draw the eye, then I add lashes with my lash brush. Next is the coloring. I usually change the background color, which is the very bottom layer. It can never be deleted. This helps me color in my drawing without leaving any white or uncolored spots because that is so annoying. I mean, how can I color the white of the eye if the background is white? Then I color in the iris and the eyebrow. If you haven't noticed because you are new to my channel or unaware, this is Ciel's eye, who is my OC and the main character of my webtoon, The Unexpected Enchantress. I have the link to my webtoon in the description if you're interested. Shading is next. I add a clipping mask layer and set it to the multiply mode. This mode makes the colors on the layer look darker and more intense than what it actually is. For the iris, I add 3 clipping mask layers. The first one will be set to multiply, the second one to add, and the last one is left as it is, which is the normal mode. On the multiply layer, I use a darker shade of the eye color and shade on the outer part of the iris. On the add layer, I use a brighter color that is similar to the eye color and make this a rounded shape at the bottom of the eye. In my last eye tutorial video, I would color my eyes like this and leave it at that, but I recently developed a slightly more detailed version which I'm going to show you. Go back to the multiply layer, select a darker shade than you used earlier and add thin strokes from the center out. After that, do the same on the add layer using a lighter color than you used earlier. Next is the pupil and the highlights. I put this on the normal layer, which was the third clipping mask layer. Draw a big black circle in the center, which is the pupil, and add some white highlights. Again, this is completely stylized, so you can put your highlights wherever you want and shape them in whatever form you want. I forgot to do the background, so I created a new layer at the bottom of the coloring layers and filled it with Ciel's skin tone. Blending is next. I hardly blend anything with the eyes because I like them to look very sharp and defined, and again, that's a stylized decision. The only part I blend is the blue and the white part of the eye. The last part of the eye is the shine. I create another layer at the very top of all the other layers. I decrease the opacity of my brush significantly and add some light strokes on the eye. I usually place them at the top of the eye, the side, and the bottom. This adds a nice shiny effect which makes the eye look moist. That sounds weird, but it looks a bit more realistic and I think it just looks really pretty. After that, I just added a few touches here and there and shaded the skin minimally since I'm focusing on the eye. Alright, here is the final product. It took me about 18 minutes, which isn't too long. I had a few followers on my Instagram that really liked the way I drew eyes, so I thought I'd make an updated tutorial for that. By the way, my Instagram is like a free Patreon minus the free merch and stuff because I don't have any. So check it out. The link is in the description. I hope you guys learned something new or found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next week.